In the spring of 1969, Topps printed 664 baseball cards. By the time kids were opening them, the world was changing. Mickey Mantle is card number 500. Same white border, same colored circle as every other card in the set. Nothing marked it as different. He retired in that year on March 1st, before the season started. The card was already in packs. All summer long, kids were pulling it at the drugstore counter, tucking it into shoeboxes, and trading it in schoolyards. While one era was closing, another one was opening in baseball. Baseball had four new franchises in 1969. The Montreal Expos became the first major league club outside the United States. Baseball, for the first time, had crossed a border. The Kansas City Royals, the San Diego Padres. Kansas City won their first game and finished the season with the best record of the four new franchises. San Diego lost 110 games, but both were part of the 1969 Topps. And then there were the Seattle Pilots. The Pilots played one season. By the spring of 1970, they had moved to Milwaukee and became the Brewers. The 1969 cards caught them in the only place they ever actually played, Seattle, for 1 year, before it was over. However, not every story in the set was about something ending. Some of these were just beginning. The Oakland Athletics had two rookies in the 1969 set. Raleigh Fingers, card number 597, a shared rookie card with two other players, the way many first-year cards were printed then. Reggie Jackson, card number 260, two players, same team, same city, same summer, and eventually the same Hall of Fame. Neither card announced itself as anything other than a rookie card on a club that finished second in the American League West. Not every rookie card in the set had that kind of future waiting. Bobby Cox is card number 237, a utility infielder, parts of two seasons with the Yankees, and then he was gone from the game as a player. By the time he retired in 2010, he had won 14 consecutive division titles, a World Series, and a Hall of Fame induction, none of which had anything to do with card number 237. Craig Nettles is card number 99, a shared rookie card with Danny Morris. Two Minnesota Twins prospects, one card, early in the set. By the late 1970s, Nettles was playing third base for the Yankees on back-to-back World Series championship teams. In the 1978 series, he made a string of defensive plays at third base that people who saw them still talk about. And beyond the player cards, the set had more inside the packs. The top set opened with 12 league leaders cards, the top statistical performers from 1968. Cards 162 through 169 covered the 1968 World Series game by game. Detroit over St. Louis. Mickey Lolich outdueling Bob Gibson in Game 7. The Sporting News All-Stars ran from card 416 through 435. 20 cards with a detail some kids never figured out. 10 of the backs assembled into a portrait of Pete Rose, the other 10 into Carl Yastrzemski. You'd need the whole subset to see either one. And then, of course, there were the inserts. There were the 33 Decal Edge cards, slightly smaller than standard, black and white photos, die-cut jagged borders. And then the other set were decals, 48 in all. Smaller, meant to be peeled and stuck somewhere, and most of them were. The ones that survived weren't supposed to. One thing the set didn't have were team cards. They had been a fixture in top sets since 1956. In 1969, they were gone without announcement. Nobody explained it. They just weren't there. In 1968, the Players Union instructed its members not to pose for Topps photographers. The agreement between Topps and the union hadn't been renewed, and the players stopped cooperating entirely. By the time Topps needed to build the 1969 set, they hadn't taken a new photograph in over a year. They went back to their files. Tom Seaver, Hank Aaron, Joe Morgan, well over 100 players in the set appear on cards using recycled images. Some from the year before, some from earlier in careers, a few from the minor leagues. The photos were already old before the cards were even printed. Most kids pulling packs that summer had no idea. The card looked like every other card. The image looked current enough to them. There was no way to tell from just looking at the front of it. Nolan Ryan's 1968 Topps card was shared with Jerry Koosman. Two young Mets pitchers, one card. In 1969, he got his own card, his own solo card. By October, that card was in shoeboxes across the country, while Ryan was pitching the final 2 innings of Game 3 of the World Series, his only appearance, and closing it out for a save. On July 20th, two men walked on the moon. The New York Mets were playing a doubleheader in Montreal. Late that night, waiting at the airport for a flight home, the team watched Neil Armstrong walk on the moon from a bar in the terminal. They had been a team for 7 years. Their first season, 1962, they lost 120 games. By October, they were World Series champions. They beat the Baltimore Orioles, a 109-win team that year, in 5 games. Tom Seaver's card, number 48, was printed before any of it, before the moon landing, before the September winning streak, before Gil Hodges stood in the dugout and watched his team win a World Series. Nobody in baseball thought they could win.